Have you ever noticed that we usually only see the extremes of emotions when it's portrayed by men today? There's the stoic, non-emotional male who doesn't flinch or doesn't do anything. And then there's the over-the-top emotional male who cries and is quoting poetry all the time. We don't get a balance of that, do we? Why is that? I think a lot of times it's because a lot of men are usually one or the other. They either show no emotion or they show too much emotion. But the most powerful men are the ones who are right in the middle. Let's find out about it today. Have you ever noticed how some things really get us as men, whether it be sports or hunting? Well, for me, I love anime. And lately I was watching a show called Demon Hunter with my son, and it was a great show, and it's this fight and it was going on, and we were jumping up and literally screaming at the TV. We were so into it. And that's how men are. Men are passionate. Men are emotional. Even if we don't show it all the time, men have a lot of emotion. The pendulum of society is that men are either non-emotional or over-emotional. And what we need to be is kind of in the middle. We need to allow our emotions to be there and come out because it's part of who we are as a man, but we don't want them to control us and take us over. We need our emotions and passions, but we can't let them rule us. So today we're going to find out what that looks like for a man. All right, the first thing we need to do is to know that as men, we should know our feelings. You see, powerful men are men who are connected to their emotional side. I'm not saying they get emotional, but they understand their feelings. Great leaders throughout history were connected to their emotions. They understood what they felt. And women want you to be connected to their emotions because when you're connected emotionally, you can actually connect to women better. Every rom-com shows a guy who's connected. Every romantic comedy man knows what he's feeling. But that's a good thing. You don't have to stand out in the rain and quote poetry and cry or play the piano and dance to be connected to your emotions. But you should learn to know when you're angry, when you're sad. Those are things that men need to have. Even if you aren't emotional. I'm not saying you're ever going to cry. I don't care. But you need to know if you're sad. You need to understand if you're angry and why. When a man understands his emotions, he becomes a much more powerful man. Hey guys, make sure to like and subscribe these videos so you don't miss a one. Thanks for being a part of the Confident Man community. All right, the second thing we need to know is that men who don't know their feelings, they've got problems. Many men say, well, I don't really feel anything. And you're like, you don't feel anything? You know, what do you feel right now? And they're like, I feel hungry. The problem is these guys still feel, they just don't recognize it. They've maybe been holding it down so long, they don't recognize it. I was that way for many years of my life. So let me ask you this. Do you know when you're angry or upset? A lot of men don't. They just hold it till one day they blow up and they scream at everybody over something little. Maybe that was modeled to you by your dad. And everyone had to be extra careful around dad when he was in one of his moods. See, a lot of times, men who don't know what they're feeling and don't recognize their emotions, they get like that. So what you want to do as a man is you want to start noticing your feelings. You want to think about what am I feeling? Because then you can recognize when maybe you're feeling something that's not good. Like you know your anger is welling up. Or maybe you're flirting a little too much with someone other than your wife. That can be dangerous. And if you don't notice those feelings and catch them early, they could cause a lot of problems for you. And that's not fair. It's not fair for your family. It's not fair for people who know you because they're left holding the emotional bag a lot of times for you not knowing your emotions. And sometimes as men, we blame other people. You know, it's so-and-so's fault. Well, you make me so angry. You know, well, I only had the affair because you wouldn't spend time with me. We're blaming. We're not taking responsibility as men. And what we need to do as men is recognize what we're feeling because then we can channel those feelings. Hey guys, if you want help in learning and growing and developing as a man, check out davidmaxwellcoaching.com. It's a site with tools and resources to help you be a better man and live your adventure. The third reason it's important for us to know our emotions is men connect relationally through their emotions. All relationships have an emotional connection. Whether you have elementary friends, middle school friends, high school friends, all the guys who got together as friends, they connected through emotions, having fun together, playing a sport together, things like that. And then men connect with their girlfriends, with their wife, with their children through emotions. So as men, when we know our emotions, we can have deeper relationships. If you don't know your emotions, you tend to only have surface friendships. And those leave us feeling lonely and empty. So let me ask you this. How do you emotionally connect with your wife and kids if you have them? If you're married and have children, how do you connect with them? How do they receive your love? How do they know that you care for them? And you say, well, I provide for them. I work hard. They should know that. Well, they do, and I'm sure they're grateful, and they should be. But your job isn't necessarily love. It's not how you connect emotionally. Providing a check won't do it. And sometimes men don't recognize that until their wife is gone with the kids, or their kids grow up and move on without them because they never connected to them emotionally. What you need to do as a man is learn your emotions, not to become emotional, but so you can connect with your emotions relationally. You'll have stronger relationships. You'll be a better father, a better husband, a better man. All right, guys, in closing, let me just say, men who aren't emotional is a myth. Men are extremely emotional. They just don't necessarily express their emotions like people think they should. Everyone has emotions. Men are passionate, and they should be. We shouldn't discourage their passion. We need to help them channel their passion. You see, when men channel their passion, when they channel those emotions and they learn how to direct them, they become powerful. They can connect relationally. They can lead people. They can make things happen. And when you as a man understand your own emotions, you understand when you have sadness, anger, joy, fear, these are things that you can recognize and deal with. They won't control you, but you'll control them. And through your emotions, you're going to have your closest relationships. So a better man is a man who knows his emotions. A man who's connected to his insides is a man who can connect to people on the outside, and a man who makes a difference in the world.